This is a Kevin Samuels video. However, I have so many video clips that I had to break it down into 2 parts or more. As my subscribers know, I am a 60-year-old black man, and like Kevin Samuels, I have dealt with a lot of crazy black women. But to be fair, I have not only dealt with crazy black women, but I've also dealt with crazy white, Asian, Latin, and Native American women. One race is not more crazy compared to another. Crazy is what crazy does. Out of all the women I dated, from high school through college and afterwards, except for 2 of them, I was the closest thing they ever had to ever becoming married and having kids. And some of those girls I only dated for 2 weeks. At the end of the video clips, I'm going to tell a story, a true story. It is about my male friend named Phil, who is white. He dated a black girl named Jenny. After Jenny, Phil never dated another black girl in his life. However, that's misleading. After he broke it off with Jenny and he graduated, that summer he met a girl, went to law school, and then he got married. Phil was not a passport brother, but like many passport brothers, he probably had 2 requirements after he dated Jenny, which are she'd be a 6 or above and not be crazy. So, you used to be a drug-addicted street prostitute. Cool. As long as you're not as crazy as my ex, I think I can deal with that.
First question was, how do I feel about black women? And to answer that, the reason why I don't date them a lot of the times isn't necessarily because of the way that they look. It's because a lot of the behaviors that's championed in that community. Now, with that said, I've dated plenty of black girls before that were feminine and submissive and weren't a headache, but I've dated a lot, I've dealt with a lot that were headaches, and I've come to realize in that culture, unfortunately, it's championed to be strong and independent and not respect male authority in the black community, because a lot of them are fatherless, and since they're fatherless, they don't have that masculine authority to let them know, hey, you need to follow a man's lead. Women, a lot of the times from black communities, unfortunately, grew up in a single mother household where she tells them niggas ain't shit. Then she has a sister that says niggas ain't shit. The music perpetuate niggas ain't shit. And then what ends up happening is they grow up and then they don't have a general respect for men. And then they meet you, and then you get a lot of those toxic traits coming into you because they weren't naturally taught how to be a lady. They were very masculinized since birth because they didn't have a man figure.
Wait, let me just tell them this. Let me just say this. You're absolutely right.
I'm 32, so I'm in the danger zone.
You've only dated one man. That means you've dated women?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you need high value?
And I guess that's another question. I would like a high value because I do. The most of the guys that I have come in contact with, they strive for you to be, businesswoman and work. I do desire to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to cater to the home. See,
this is one of the problems you ladies have. You have this really chaotic relationship picture. Mm-hmm. I like women, I like men. I'm celibate for spiritual reasons, but then I want to turn around and be a stay-at-home housewife with a high-value man. If I threw a bunch of puzzle pieces out and tried to make it all make sense, I'd have a better chance than putting some of this stuff together.
So, I've had a lot of situationships, not a lot of relationships.
So you're unqualified to be a wife.
You think so? Just because you haven't had a lot of relationships?
Are you doing anything today that's improving your interpersonal romantic relationship skills?
When I'm developing a brand or a business, I'm actually having to ask myself questions about who I am and what I want for myself. And what I want for my future. Those things all are going to contribute to the people around me.
You don't get it. No, it doesn't. And that's the sad part. See, this is I'm going to say something that may sting a little. This is lazy.
I disagree, though.
Listen, you're not doing a mother flipping thing about interpersonal relationships. And you're trying to say, because I'm getting some business coaching, that these are transferable skills. You've not been accurate in estimation of anything tonight.
I disagree.
What kind of wife do you want to be? You want to be a stay-at-home wife?
I want to stay at home when my kids are younger, but when they turn 5, I want to go back into the real world. I want to have a career once my kids get a little older.
Based on what I'm hearing, you're gonna have a real hard time. Because one, you come from a sugar baby lifestyle where you're in control of your own moves. You have a grad degree. It already works against you. And then you say, I want a man who, and let's be real, you don't want a broke man. You want a man with significant 6 figures. But yet you still want to be able to go out, and after your kids get school age, you want to go be back out. You want a wife. You're not trying to be a wife. Mm-hmm. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna. And you're 27, and you have this background in risky pictures. No, ma'am.
Kevin, we were together for 7 years. Together we have a 5-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and he just went on a vacation with my kids and his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And on social media, he posted that they were together out as a happy family. I'm glad that they had a great time, but the word family just doesn't apply here, and I'm a little upset that that's what he put out there.
Yeah, the word family does apply, and maybe the part you're having trouble with is the fact that we are happy, Lindsay. That's how a family should be. That's not how we were, but that is how I am now with my current lady, and we are a family together with not your kids, with our kids. It is a family. Thank you.
I mean, do you like your kids get to see a happy couple, though? That's not a bad thing for them to see that.
Of course. I'm happy for them to see a happy couple together, functional families. We don't want to see dysfunction, but they're not a family. I mean, she's a side chick. And now she's been around for a year.
We're way more of a family than you and the parade of dudes you got going through your house.
Okay, well, we don't want to go there, but the thing is, I see your point, because maybe he didn't need to put it on social media. Is that most of what's bothering you?
That's mostly what's bothering me, yes. But if he's put it out in front of social media, and if he's talking in front of our kids like that.
On the same hand as he could probably post it using the word family. You know what I'm saying? We're out here on vacation having fun. Look at my kids enjoying themselves. You don't need to use the word family, Kevin.
Exactly.
Listen,
or a parade.
Why not? Why not? It makes the kids feel normal. And, by the way, Lindsay, I don't have to tell the kids about the parade of dudes. They know.
Okay.
Why can't a man post a picture of his own kids to Instagram? Is she really going to get that jealous over her own family?
Phil was a white guy who was 6'2" and had all of that, so he could easily get women. Jeannie was a beautiful black woman from Atlanta. They started dating during the fall semester of the last year in college. At the beginning of the spring semester, Phil ended the relationship. He told me that he could not take it anymore. All of us black guys knew how he felt. We were all going through hell with the black women we were also dating. With black women, it's either really good or really bad. There's nothing in between. When Phil and Jeannie started dating, she told him that she was a virgin and she was going to stay that way until marriage. It has nothing to do with religion. Jeannie's mother told her not to give it up until you get the ring. Phil could respect that, so he accepted it. Jeannie's mother also told her that all black men cannot be trusted, so this eliminated black men from marriage. Her mother also told her that being gay is a sin, so no dating another woman. Her mother did not believe in dating outside your race. So if black men cannot be trusted, no dating another woman, and no dating outside your race, then who is Jeannie going to be with? Jeannie might have been very beautiful, but crazy is crazy, and Jeannie's mother really messed her up in the head. When Jeannie was young, her parents were married. Her father moved the family to Alaska. I remember back in the 70s, I knew a few black families that moved to Alaska because they had a lot of good paying jobs. Anyway, after living in Alaska for about a year, Jeannie woke up and her mother was gone. No note, nothing. All of her stuff was gone, so they knew that she left on her own. Jeannie said that there was no arguing or screaming in the house. Her father was not abusive in any way, so everyone was surprised. And no one knew where she went. Her mother's family did not know where she went. About 1 month later, the father got divorce papers. Her mother had moved to Atlanta. After the divorce, about a year later, her father meets and marries a white woman, which explains why her mother does not believe in dating outside your race. When Jenny turned 14, she went and lived with her mother in Atlanta. Phil said that over Christmas break, he visited Jenny in Atlanta at her mother's house. Phil said that it was a big house, but it had no furniture. Not surprising. A lot of women must look good even if it's only a front. I dated a woman, and we went only on one date. She was driving a Mercedes, but she could not afford car insurance. Anyway, after Christmas break, during that spring semester, they started having a lot of problems. Phil said that he tried, but he could not take it anymore and ended the relationship. Remember, Jenny is a virgin, and Phil is the good-looking white guy who is over 6 foot tall. So after he ended the relationship, he made up for lost time and missed opportunities. After graduation, he moved to Berkeley, California, met a girl, started law school that fall, and after graduating law school, he married that girl. What happened to Jenny, I do not know. But from all my experiences with dealing with crazy women and the ones whose mother had a large amount of influence in their lives, most of the time their mother's influence do not start to diminish until the woman becomes 35 to 40 years old. Not until she realizes that she will never get married and never have children. Then she starts to realize just how wrong her mother was. And this is when she truly starts to become emotionally and psychologically independent. She cannot completely put all the blame on her mother because she was the one who listened and followed her mother's advice for all those decades. However, this still does not reduce the hurt or anger she feels knowing that she will never get married and never have children.